Everybody, and welcome again to Mr. Dixon's Arrested Developments. I got my gin and tonic, and I got my story. So let's just drink this up and get started. All right. Good stuff. All right. Put it down on the table over here. Out of this frame, in the frame. Out, in. Love it. All right. Let's begin. First story. This is from the ArizonaCentral.com. Pastor who allegedly raped underage girl said he thought it was consensual, Tennessee police say. He said, no, I thought she was into it. She was in a rape fantasy, I guess. I don't know. So, I'm not a rapist. I'm a statutory rapist rather than a rapist, you know? I guess is what it seems to be his argument. Sorry about the sweating. It's hot in here. I have the air conditioner off. All right, and it's summer. Okay, back to the story. This is from Knoxville, Tennessee. A Tennessee pastor was arrested Saturday and charged with aggravated statutory rape and sexual battery by an authority figure, according to Newport Police Department report. Just a quick note, again, just a thing I've, never understood how, in terms of charging people, aggravated statutory rape. Why not just statutory rape? Yes, the rape was very aggravating. It just doesn't, I don't understand why they put these things in there. It just seems very, very odd. Anyway. Like criminal mischief. I think I mentioned this before, right? Like criminal mischief. Oh, you naughty boy! You just mischief. I don't know. These things are not. Then again, in Britain, they'll call sexual assault, a sex pest, which is like got to be even more. Like what? A sex pest? What is he? 14? What's a sex pest? Sorry. Anyway, by an authority according to the report, police said that. All right. James Ronnie Messer was arrested at 11 p.m. Saturday after a family told police a 17-year-old girl had been raped by the pastor. 17? Okay, this is, she's not that underage. I thought it'd be, read the headline, you think it's, a 17 is not the age of consent, I guess, in Tennessee. The girl's sister reportedly told police the 17-year-old girl rode with the pastor to a worship center after their plans to go swimming in the Hartford area were derailed by swift and muddy water. So they went to go swim. It's muddy water. We won't swim. The pastor reportedly led the girl through the center's rear entrance to a room across from the men's restroom where he raped her. Messer told police he thought the assault against the underage girl was consensual, according to the report. He was subsequently transferred to the Cook County Jail. Well, she's ultimately going to decide whether it was consensual or not. Well, this is interesting. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know. When you say underage, obviously, again, 17 is not the age of consent everywhere. It just seems, though it still be rape regardless if it was a statutory or not, since she says, I didn't want to do it. And he thought, why do you not know? How do you miss those signs? I don't know. Age, unless somebody's lying. I very much know what I'm like. How do you not know you're committing rape? Like, how do you not know this girl's into it? What kind of sex are you having that you can't tell if this girl's into it or not? That just seems weird. Like, do you like? I don't know. But you was like, do you like this? Do you like when I do this? Do you like? You're checking in here, finding out what's going on here, so we both have an enjoyable experience. If you're like just doing it and she's not saying anything, that's a pretty bad sign. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, hopefully the truth will come out, and he's either whatever. Anyway, he's a pastor. That's the only reason we're interested. AGC.com. This is from AJC.com. Florida pastor arrested for taking photo up women's dresses. Deltona, Florida. Good old Florida, where they shoot you where you stand. A former pastor was arrested on charges of video voyeurism. Somebody should have shot him. Then they said, I'm standing my ground. That's how we do it in Florida. It's the ultimate hillbilly state. A former pastor was arrested on charges of video voyeurism after a member of the Deltona church reported that he took a photo up her dress when she was in his office with his children after Sunday service, according to Volsuna County Sheriff's Office. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Volusa? Who gives a fuck? Anyway. Brian Kenyon Jr., 31 of Lakeland, was arrested Thursday afternoon, the week after a warrant was issued for his arrest, deputies said. The 40-year-old woman told a deputy that the incident happened when she attended Sunday service on April 8th at the Church of Christ of Deltona on Providence Boulevard. It was, she was a little mistaken. It was the Church of Christ of looking up your dress. She didn't know that, and this is why these mistakes happen. The victim said she was meeting with Kenyon in his office, along with his children, and he asked her to put his youngest child into a rear seat. He asked her to put his youngest child into a car seat. The victim said that when she bent over, she felt skin against her leg, turned around and found Kenyon bent over directly behind her. What? Deputies said the victim noticed Kenyon was holding his cell phone and it had a red light on. Deputies say when the woman and members of the church confronted him about it, he called it a misunderstanding, said he had a pornography problem. Oh, so he's pretty much confessing to it. I have a pornography. Well, there's no misunderstanding that she thought you were filming the upper dressing and you were. When they confronted the pastor about it again 11 days later, deputies said the pastor had some sort of spiritual awakening and confessed to act using a dark moment. Confessed to the act saying a dark moment came over him. First of all, he confessed at the very beginning, and I'm sure he definitely something overcame. They say he claimed to delete the photo and it was promptly dismissed from the church. Church staff reported that he had no unsupervised contact with children at the church, and the church had not received any complaints about any inappropriate behavior with children, a news release said. Anyone with information about their incident to Volley Kenyon is asked to contact the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. Kenyon was released from the Volusia County Branch Jail on Thursday after posting $2,500 bail. Okay, moving on. The Wichita Eagle. This is from the Wichita Eagle. Sedgwick pastor arrested on a suspicion of child sex crime. A Sedgwick pastor was arrested in Harvey County Friday on suspicion of a child sex crime, according to the Harvey County Sheriff's Office. You know, there's a movie called Harvey, but it's about a giant rabbit. Sure, it's got nothing to do with this. Kevin Berry. Hey, I knew a guy in that name. So it's not the same dude. Kevin Berry, the lead pastor at Kevin Berry, the lead pastor at First Christian Church of Sedgwick, was arrested on suspicion of indecent liberties with a child. So that's not statutory. What is these phrases? Indecent. My liberties, your liberties of the child was indecent. Indecent liberties, sir. Indecent liberties. Berry began ministering in Sedgwick in 2015, according to the First Christian Church of Sedgwick website. Before that, he worked in Amorat, Missouri, where he ministered for 6 years, the site says. I don't know what they mentioned in this other than, hey, maybe he did it there, I guess. So if you recognize the name, yeah, he used to teach here or pastor there, so you might want to, if anything happened, contact us, I guess. I don't know why they would mention his resume. The case has been presented to the Harvey County District Attorney, who will decide if he will charge Berry, who is being held on a $25,000 bond. Well, what that guy got? How does this guy get $25,000 and this other guy got $2,500? It's like, they like the twos. $2,000, $200, we don't care. We just want the twos. All right. $25,000, $2,500, we don't care. This is from Time. This is a bit lengthy. Mother Teresa's charity is under investigation over baby selling claims. You know, they always say like Planned Parenthood is aborting babies and taking the fetuses and the parts of the fetus and selling it off, which is, of course, bullshit and insane. Well, here, this is actually children being sold. Being sold, you know, like with, well, they're not selling them at ICE, but these are good Christian people. All right. Abortionists, they're killing the baby, they're selling off the pieces. Oh, pick the child in a cage. Yeah, the ICE take a child away from the baby. We don't give a shit. But pro-life? Oh, fuck you. These people are the worst. All right, anyway, so I'm not going to go off on a tangent here. Mother Teresa's charity is under investigation over baby selling claims. Mother Teresa's mission, by the way, Mother Teresa, bitch. Mother Teresa, this was a horrible human being. Horrible human being. It was like, oh, God's going to save you. Just don't get an abortion. Blah, 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 blah. Don't do. Oh, it's good to be in poverty. That's what God wants. Oh, but Mother Teresa to Princess Diana was like, oh, you poor baby. Oh, you want to get a divorce? Get a divorce. You have your rights, baby. Anything rich and famous, she's like, oh. And anyone else was like, oh, you deserve your suffering. He was a bitch. He was a bitch. Mother Teresa's making. Kitchens may have been an asshole, but he was right about her. Cow. All right. Mother Teresa's missionary of charities under investigation by the Indian government over allegations of selling babies for adoption. Officials were asked to inspect all child care centers run by the charity after a nun and an employee were arrested earlier this month for allegedly selling the baby in the eastern state of Jharkhand, the BBC reports. The center provides shelter for unmarried pregnant women. According to a statement from India's Women and Child Welfare Department, It had instructed the state to get child care homes run by missionaries of charity all over the country inspected immediately. Missionaries of charity called the news of the arrest shocking and said the incident was against our moral conviction of letting poor people have babies they can't afford to have. The charity said that it would investigate the episode as well. We will take all necessary precautions that it never happens again, if it has happened. One of those precautions won't be birth control. And teaching people about birth control and controlling their own bodies. That we can't do. Sunita Kumar of the Missionaries of Charity told the BBC, and I don't mean big black cock, adoption is a notoriously slow process in India. And this has helped, well, then they should give it food, because let me say it. You ever eaten Indian food, that does not process slowly through you. That just goes zoom right through the body. But that's not what we're talking about. Anyway, adoption is notoriously a slow process in India. And this has helped fuel rampant illegal adoption across the country. According to the National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights, India has more than 230,000 children in official and unofficial shelters. However, some estimates on the number of orphans in the country are as high as 30 million, the Guardian reports. 30 million? Gee whiz. Missionaries of Charity used to facilitate adoption, but in 2015, the Roman Catholic order shut down the adoptions rather than comply with an Indian law that eases the process for divorce and single people. Yeah, why do we want single people to divorce people to help children who have no parents? Why do we want that? We're the Catholic Church. Yeah, you can't do that. No single, no divorce people. Assholes. Missionaries of Charity was established in 1950 by a Catholic nun and missionary Mother Teresa, who won a Nobel Prize in 1979 for her work helping the sick and poor get sicker and poorer. She died in 1997, was made Saint Teresa of Calcutta by Pope Francis in 2016. Pope Francis, the talking Pope. Alright, enough of that shit. Moving on. This is from the Times Ledger. Flushing rabbi charged an extortion scheme. Ooh, hey, we got a rabbi finally. Well, we just usually priests, right? Mostly ministers, pastors. So anyway, it's not too many imams, not too because I don't know. They're not as many in this country, and I guess although obviously we get occasionally. Anyway, back to the rabbi. Flushing rabbi charged an extortion scheme. A Queens rabbi and a Long Island man were arrested and charged with engaging in a scheme to extort $7 million from an individual in exchange for not providing incriminating information to law enforcement authorities last month in Brooklyn federal court. The U.S. attorney for a federal district said. I think we already read this story, or something like it. The defendant, Rabbi Egal Holmorf, 67 of Flushing, and Mark Weissman, 54 of Lawrence, appeared before U.S. Magistrate Judge Cheryl Pollack June 18th, and each were released on a $250,000 bond. Again with the twos. $250,000 bond, federal prosecutor said. As alleged, Holmorf and Weissman attempted to characterize the millions of dollars they expected to receive from the extortion threat as a charitable donation. I did read this already. Sorry, this is not. I'm not going over that one again. So sorry. All right, look at one of my earlier videos. I already did that story. Sorry. This is from the AP. Former South Carolina youth pastor faces Former South Carolina youth pastor faces teen sex charges. Abernathy is charged with 2 counts of third-degree sexual assault, Abernathy is charged with 2 counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor and 3 counts of second-degree assault and battery. I love the degrees. It's good. Third degree, 4th degree, 5th degree. There is no 50. It's always, you can only go high as 3rd degree. So I guess it's 1st degree, 2nd degree, and 3rd degree. Anyway, this is from like I said, it's from the AP, and this is in Conway, South Carolina. A former youth minister at a church, and what's the difference between a youth minister and a youth pastor? I don't know. Somebody explain that to me. I can look it up, but I actually don't care. A youth minister at a church in South Carolina has been charged and accused of sexually assaulting several girls before he assumed the post. News outlets reported that 64-year-old Norman Abernathy of Conway surrendered to Horry County Police Wednesday. Horry County. He was pretty hoary himself. Abernathy is charged with 2 counts of third-degree, not first, not second, but third-degree, so he got the third base. Third-degree criminal sexual conduct with a minor and 3 counts of third-degree assault and battery. Records show the pastor at Langston Baptist Church, nothing to do with Langston Hughes, Langston Baptist Church reported the assault last month. The Reverend Hampton Dunn said the incidents had happened 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. Dunn said Abernathy resigned after the allegations were made. Dunn said the victims spent time at Abernathy's home with his stepdaughter. They ranged in ages from 12 to 14 at the time. Oh boy. There was no word of whether Abernathy has an attorney. Moving on. Final story. This is from Myrtle Beach Online. Former Conway Youth Minister accused of sexually assaulting teen girls. Didn't I just read this? Yes, I did. I just did this. I'm sorry. Not my best work. All right. So that's that then. So I got nothing else to add here. So this is Mr. Dixon's Arrested Developments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. All 9 of you. All right. Bye-bye.